morning and welcome to MS4, and today it's very early morning. The sun is just peeping out, but we are going to attempt to get bronzy. I've got my light lemon yellow on for the sunshine, and we're going to be using some elements of the Pat McGrath collection, the Bronze Collection that just came out, and I'll tell you my sad story of woe regarding that, and we'll file it in the case of shoulda known. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start out with doing some under eye, hopefully magic. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty. My under eyes have been struggling lately. Lots of lines, lots of puffy, lots of, and concealers generally don't work for me. I've been having a good time with this because it's a very light formula, and it feels nice. I'm not saying that this is the best applicator for getting product out or whatever, but I like the cooling feeling of it, and I like the product. So this is giving us some radiance. And mostly we're going to be using Pat McGrath. We are going to be pulling in a couple of other things today. I got the new Lawless powder foundation, so we're going to be trying that. And we also are going to be pulling in 2 liners from One Size to help us out. So just doing this up. So while I'm doing this non-Pat McGrathy step, I'll tell you what happened. So I ordered from the Pat McGrath website the day of launch, got my 10% off, felt really good, and then I waited. Nothing came. And the website says, okay, 7 to 10 business days you need to wait before you start worrying. So on day 14 from when I had ordered it, I emailed them. And they were very nice. They're like, oh, it's just been real busy. We'll get that right out to you. So I saw that a shipping label had been created. So I was waiting. And I will tell you, I ordered 2 items from the Pat McGrath website. I just got them yesterday. So if I had been patient and waited, I could have gotten 20% off from Sephora and gotten them, a couple of days after I ordered them. But I was worried. It's that whole thing that you worry, oh, they're gonna run out, they're gonna whatever, and I'm just gonna have to tell myself no next time. No, unless it's a Star Wars launch and you're not, trying to get the R2-D2 palette and it sells out, and then maybe it's just okay. You're just gonna miss out. All right, so I'm gonna put the Flawless on. This has holes in the back because there's a sponge in the bottom, and this is what it looks like. So I just got this stuff yesterday. So this kind of, I purchased the bronzer that I thought was going to work for me, and I purchased the 4 shade quad out of the collection from Pat McGrath. And then I did pick up a lip product from that launch time from Sephora, and I got it in a day and a half. So I already had the blush that we're going to try on, because the blush as a single came out, but it came out in a palette earlier, so it's the Divynyl 3. So I already have that, had that from before. So that was the blush from this Bronze Collection, was already available in that palette. All right, so far this is feeling really nice. The feeling of this powder is nice. Smooth, soft. And it looks like we're definitely getting some mattification on it. We'll report back. I owe you guys a couple of speed reviews. So that should be coming. All right, now going in with blush. So this is where the blush appears. Sorry. It's upside down. Anyway, the blush appears here. It's Divynyl 3, and it's this guy right here. It's a peachy blush. So we're going to go in with that after we do the bronzer, but I just wanted to show you the color of it so you knew what we were getting into. Now, the packaging for these is nice. So I hate the fact that you have to, you know, ditch the packaging and you have this. A lot of people like the Luxe Black, whatever. I just feel like it's heavy and it's black, so you always have to keep the packaging, which means that you always have to open the packaging if you want to use your product. I got this in the second shade from the lightest. I believe this is Nude Honey. I don't know. Yeah, it's the Nude Honey, but it has all the other stuff on it. So we're gonna, this is a little cooler than some of the other things we could have chosen. So we're gonna go in with it. I'm gonna use my other mirror. So you can get a little bigger. The pan embossing, as always, is nice. Now you've probably seen this everywhere because everybody got their orders probably earlier than I did. But if you haven't gotten it, you know, you'd be glad you waited and didn't purchase it from the Pat McGrath site. It'll be on sale. That's, you know, I thought with the picking it up at launch, I was gonna get ahead of the game, and no. So I feel like that's a 10% lesson. You got it for 10% off at launch. You could have got it for 20% off at the Sephora sale, and you got it really late. So, cheers. But it's going on nicely. Again, powder formulation. I feel a little bit more on the sculpty side than the bronzy side, but maybe when I get some actual sunlight, it'll make a difference. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so bronzer. All right, so we're gonna flip into the blush now. And this one has four blushes and a highlighter. And this, I think I've seen, sorry, Leah Janae, who does she does a whole bunch of scouting TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I believe this has appeared there. Excuse me, I have not had coffee yet this morning. Shocker, I know. I've had some water, and apparently not enough. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of this on my outer eye area. Because we're doing all the browns. So just a little bit of, to kind of tie my face together so it doesn't look like I have color and then white. All right, so we're going to go in for the highlighter in this one. What is it called? It is called Sunset Nectar. So we're going to go in for Sunset Nectar. This is a pretty beaming sort of a highlighter, so we're trying to okay. So now into the palette, the iQuad. It is slightly bigger. So if you're, let me see that. It's just slightly bigger than the bronzer. So we'll get this open. Now, I did a comparison, and I'll try and pop that in. This is what we've got going on. We've got two mattes, a shimmer, and then this is like a shimmer with glittery particles in it. They don't come off as glitter particles, but it's a very light refractive pinpoint. So I did compare this to the Lawless, the Glam one, and let me show you that really quick. So you've got those sort of tones. The only thing it doesn't have is quite that light refraction of the gold. But if you had a topper, you could get the same look. Now this is not surprising because it's a neutral palette. I wanted to get this because I figured if there was any Pat McGrath quad that I might reach for, you know, that probably this was a good choice, because it's just a lovely neutral palette. So we're gonna go in with the lighter matte shade. I'm sure they all have names. I'm never going to use them, the names, not the quad. I'm never going to use the names for that. And the pigments are nice. It's nice quality. It's smooth. I did swatch these out yesterday, but I couldn't wear them because I just got them. In other news, both my work computer died and my printer. I'm like, is it Mercury retrograde? Did I miss it? But yeah, so I'm gonna be printer shopping. And yes, I still use printers. I print postage labels. I occasionally for work have to print something and do a wet signature and then scan it and send it to them. But see, that's just very nice. It's just a nice little mat. So printer shopping. I'm also looking forward this weekend. We're gonna go to an arcade. There's an arcade that opened up close to where I do physical therapy. So we're gonna go get our geek on and play some arcade games. So looking forward to that. I'm gonna add a little bit of that under the eye. I'm gonna go in with a liner, I think. Just to give it a little more stick-to-itiveness, a little more deep definition. Okay, so then we have this color, which can be our brow bone and our inner corner. I'm taking a little fluffy for the brow. Now we don't have a lighter matte, so you'd have to pull out a lighter matte if you're my tone and wanted something that wasn't sparkly. But you could just do any of the shimmery colors all over the lid, put on a little bit of like winged liner and mascara, and just go and be fine. So I'm going to use a finger application for this guy. And it's a dry kind of a feeling, but it's definitely got a read. Now, what doesn't show up in like the video of this is just how those pinpoints sparkle in real lighting. Like if you're in the sun, or you're just, well, if you're just in regular light and moving, it shows up really differently than a still representation of it, or if you have a lot of light that's kind of flattening it out. But it's really interesting in regular light. So I'm gonna say, like, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. So I think it's something that I'm gonna be reaching for as an eye look. But like I said, if you had a sort of a gold and then a topper, some of the really glittery toppers, like if you had the LH Cosmetics, I can't remember what the quad was, that you could put over the top of something, you can get that kind of light refractive, sparkling look from that sort of thing. But I think that this sort of a shadow is in that nice space where it's really interesting, but it's because it's not in a color read that's going to be like pow, you know, the color of it. You can just enjoy the light play and the pretty gold, and so it's like, it's kind of like stepping that toe into the super glam makeup, but then you step your toe right back and like, I got neutrals. I'm wearing neutrals. So I'm going to do a little bit of that lightest color in the tear duct area, my inner. I don't know if I'd even need to bother, because I feel like this gold just kind of does the look. And I have to generally check it, because a lot of times I'll get, and I'm not going overboard. I've got a number of zooms today, so I don't want to be looking like I'm crying for it. I'm so sad. So I'm gonna pull in one size liner for this. This is in the Busty brown, and I really like these. It's an unassuming color. It's brown. It's like a warm brown, but I really like it as a liner. It's smooth, and if you're doing a neutral look, it's great. Even if you're not, it's still great, but you know, it just makes sense. So I'm gonna apply that. Now the Pat McGrath shadows, the sparkly ones, generally I do get some fallout during the day, but for the most part it just wipes away. You just have to check every once in a while. It doesn't bother me enough that I need to bring in a glitter glue or anything like that. I just find generally with the finger application, and then just as long as I'm not like too heavy with it, it's fine. All right, gonna mascara, and then we're gonna go on to some lip discussions. Now, I feel really nice getting ready with you, because the last little bit I've done my new lip colors of 2023 with you, and we did a walkthrough of my eye palettes. So it's nice just to be sitting down and doing makeup. But the other videos are kind of the prep to do makeup, so you can see products. All right, there's mascara, and I'll put on my spectacles, and then we'll talk the lip items. So, there you are. All right, so I had gotten a little guy of the Divynyl's formula of the Nude Venus. Has an interesting little push up. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it pushes up. And this is the Nude Venus. And the Divynyls, of course, are the shiny, kind of shiny version of it. So it's really light refractive. And it ends up being a really good color on me. I'm gonna put this on and then take it off, because I'm gonna show you what I mean. So I really liked this, and then I was interested in the Nude Allure formula that came out. Okay, so I really like this. I think that light shimmery color is really, it ends up being really pretty on me when it kind of wears down, because it's still a little shiny, but it's, you know, kind of in that lighter category. So I really like this. So when they came out with the new, it's in the Bridgerton packaging, but the Nude Allure color in this, I thought, well, I like the formulation. I'm liking this color. It's lighter, but we'll go there. So I picked it up. Okay, and you can see it has just a little more color to it. It's still got that kind of shiny color. But let me show you on the lip. When I applied it just by itself, it's in that super light where I kind of look dead because of the color, and it has just a little less shine with this, and the added shine is kind of what saved this color for me. So my Vintage Cosmetics company. So this is the Nude Allure by itself. Maybe I'll use my mirror so I'm not. Okay, so it's a little less shiny and it's a little more opaque, and it kind of ends up giving me a little bit of like the concealer lips. And if you can hear it click, and I don't love that as much because without the shine. So what I want to do, I tried it with a brown liner. I tried it with my favorite, the Glam Light, the Frosted Flakes liner. Didn't love that as much. So what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna take this off and then put on the Pink Remix liner from One Size and see if I can pink it up and see if that'll save it for me. So okay, so let's Pink Remix. Okay, so let's see if that works with it then lined in the Pink Remix. There's kind of a little bit of a brownie pink, but still pink. So that's better. It's a little better with a little definition. Sorry, didn't mean to jostle you. A little bit better with the addition of the pink and the line to it to kind of deepen it. I don't know. I'm gonna wait with this to see what I think. Don't know yet. I'm gonna wait till it gets. Boy, you can see the highlighter there. So let me get a little closer. I'll show you the eye look, and then we'll just chat and wrap it up for the day. So don't panic. Okay, so I think we're definitely ready for our Zoom calls today. It's Friday, so I feel a little bit more bronzy, a little bit more, maybe ready to go into summer. But I'll definitely check back with you because I got these products so late, I just don't know. And we'll also let you know how the Lawless powder foundation wears throughout the day. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm happy to be back with you guys doing actual makeup rather than collection stuff. Hope everybody is doing well, ready for a weekend if you get a weekend. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.